All right, Shalom. First and foremost, giving all praise, glory, and honor that's due to Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rachah, Wadash, double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and blessings to the 144,000 and the hopeful elect, Shalom Barakathum. And as you can see, the war between Esau and Edom, this fight is going to get petty. All right, it's getting petty, and it's going to end bloody. All right, and ultimately with the missiles. I got Revelation 17 chapter queued up. But let's read some of this article here where the headline says, "Does the U.S. deserve the Statue of Liberty? Not anymore," one French politician says. Now, the quick history on this is the Statue of Liberty was donated or given as a gesture of goodwill or friendship between the French government and the U.S. government. All right. Back in the, where was it? Statue of Liberty was a gift from France to the U.S. in the 1880s. All right. Now, this is after the antebellum period. So after the Civil War. All right. This is after the French, English, and the Spanish, which those were the three horns. As a matter of fact, I had Revelation queued up, but I'll go to that real quick. Okay. In Daniel, the 7th chapter. Let me see. I'm in Revelation 7, Salakia. What am I doing? This is Daniel chapter 7. All right, and let me see. Four great beasts. Yeah, Revelation 7 and 20, and of the 10 horns that were up, not up, and of the 10 horns that were in his head, and of the other which came up, and before whom 3 fell. Okay, now there's 10 horns overall. All right, you have something called the Treaty of Rome, which I'll pull up in a second. All right, that was the unifying agreement after World War II. Okay, it's called the Treaty of Rome. All right, but that basically codified the kings and the kingdoms that already existed unofficially. Okay, you got you got Britain, you got France, you got Germany Major, Germany Minor, all right, etc. All right, and those 7 horns, all right, turned into what the modern day Treaty of Rome. Now, France is one of those, okay, and of those 10 horns, 3 of them came over to America, what's known as America, or Babylon the Great. That would be the French, the English, and the Spanish. The French founded Quebec out there in Canada, and they also settled in the areas of Haiti and Louisiana. Okay, that was their main 3 footholds was New Orleans, Haiti, and Quebec in Canada. All right, and you had something called the Louisiana Purchase, so they were on good terms with France. Okay, but it says even of that had eyes and a mouth that spake great things, whose look was more stout than his fellow. This is America. Okay, so ultimately America rebelled from among the English, okay, repelled the English back stateside or across the pond, as they say, and now, as it says here, that little horn overcame them, okay. So this history, this is the history basically of the beast and the prophecy that these things would basically be broken up and brought down. Now you can go to Daniel 2. All right, I'll hold that real quick, but let me see if I can get, let me see. Let me see. Treaty of Rome. Come on. Okay. The Treaties of Rome, signed on March 25th, 1957, established the European Economic Community. All right, the EEC. All right, and that today, modern day, they're basically the European Union. Okay, and it says, let me skip down. Founding treaties, the treaties of Rome, specifically the treaty establishing the European Economic Community. Blah blah blah. Entry into force. Okay, you can see it here. Why do they call it the treaty? Because this is Rome all over again. This is the second beast in Revelation, all right, which is a breakup of the fourth beast spoken about in Daniel, okay? Daniel goes into the fourth beast. That's an overall. But John the Revelator breaks down the fourth beast into the first and second beast because the Roman Empire, the ancient Roman Empire fell and it came back in the Renaissance era, okay? And this is what Daniel, the seventh chapter, is speaking about. But now we see Revelation 2 about to come to pass and Revelation 17 about to come to pass. Let's go back. All right. Well, I need to clear these tabs. All my business. But it says, does the U.S. deserve the Statue of Liberty or not anymore? One French politician says. It says a French politician facetiously asked the U.S. to return the Statue of Liberty, suggesting the country no longer lives up to the values of the green-hued gift it represents. Okay, what the green-hued gift represents, and that green is an oxidation of copper. I believe it was copper when they first gave it to him. But anything copper gets out in the rain and in the air, it oxidizes and turns greenish. All right. It says Raphael Glucksmann, sounds like a small hat. All right. A member of the European Parliament with the Progressive Alliance of Socialist Democrats and Democrats said at a party convention on Sunday that he had a message to the Americans who have chosen to side with the tyrants. All right. So they're speaking boldly and boastfully between one another. All right, which Yahushua, this is division, Egyptian against Egyptian, okay, who fired researchers for demanding scientific freedom. Now, what France is not going to tell you is that they rely on other people, man. France is one of the most hateful countries there is, man. They enslaved the Levites, man, out there in Haiti, put a holy hell on them, man. All right, and when they had the audacity to rebel, to take their country back, they left, but had the audacity to charge them reparations, and Levi paid that shit because they secretly made an agreement with America. America and France were gonna jump on them if they didn't, basically, and so they made Levi pay back reparations for lost slave wages, man. That's some shit, So France has never been self-sufficient since Napoleon, man. When Napoleon went down in the early 1800s, okay, they were never great again after that. They basically been relying on America military might, and that's still the case. They need America for defense of Russia and their other enemies abroad, And so this agreement that they had is breaking apart. All right, Daniel 2. All right, and we go to around 40 and 40. It says, "And the fourth kingdom shall be strong as iron, for as much as iron breaketh in pieces and subdueth all things, and as iron breaketh all these, it shall break in pieces and bruise." All right, this is talking about the Roman Empire, all right, which is the strongest empire of them all, okay? It says, "And whereas thou saw the feet of toes were part of potter's clay, and part of iron, the kingdom shall be divided." All right. And what do Yahushua say? A kingdom that's divided against itself cannot stand. All right. It says, "But there shall be in it of the strength of iron, for as much as thou sawest iron mixed with miry clay." All right. Now, you got some strong parts in it, but it's not cohesive. Okay. So what's going to happen? It's going to break apart. Iron and everything, because clay and iron, if it just mingle together, like it don't mix, okay? And it says, verse 42, "And as the toes were feet of the feet were a part of iron and part of clay, so the kingdom shall be partly strong and partly broken." All right, this division, these are the cracks we see it, man. The real blow hasn't hit yet, Verse 43, and whereas thou sawest the iron mixed with miry clay, they shall mingle themselves with the seed of men, but they shall not cleave one to another, even as iron is not mixed with miry clay. So they were supposed to have an agreement with the Treaty of Rome. Okay, America was supposed to play their part with military. You know, the EU is supposed to handle the money through London. All right, and the Vatican is supposed to play the take the moral high ground or convince people that that things are moral. All right, you know, through religion. All right, now verse 44 it says, and in the days and in the days these kings, in the days of these kings, Salakia, shall the God of heaven set up a kingdom which shall never be destroyed. Okay, so we know that this is not talking about the first ancient Roman Empire. Okay, because this has got to be talking about the latter time, because the kingdom that'll never be destroyed is the Israelite kingdom, Yahweh Shai's kingdom. Okay, but it shall break in pieces and consume all these kingdoms, and it shall stand forever. All right, and we know America is not going to stand forever, so it's not talking about America. All right, it says, for as thou sawest that the stone was cut out of the mountain without hands, and that it break in pieces the iron, the brass, the clay, the silver, and the gold, the great God hath made known to the king what shall come to pass hereafter, and the dream is certain, and an interpretation thereof sure. Okay, and so there's basically gonna be a giant boulder or rock. Okay, that's gonna smite the feet, which is the Roman Empire. All right, you made the feet of the statue the biggest liability. So now the whole thing is gonna collapse, because these kingdoms, when you look at that statue, it's Babylon on top. Okay, then it's the Persians, then it's the Greeks. All right, then you have Rome. Okay, and all of those philosophies, they all layer on top of each other. It's a recycled pantheon of gods and you know various deities that are not the Most High, and so the Lord is about to throw all of it down. Anyway, going back to the main point, Revelation 17, going to verse, let me see if I want to start at 12. I'll start at verse 15. It says, and he saith unto me, the waters which thou sawest where the horse sitteth are peoples and multitudes and nations and tongues. All right. So you have this woman, which is described earlier. You start at verse 1. You speak about the woman, decked in purple and scarlet and all kind of precious jewels on her. All right. That's describing the whore of Babylon, which is America. Okay. And so she's sitting on top of these peoples and multitudes and nations and tongues, which America does. Verse 16, and the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore. So that union that they had, all right, that they tried to cement with the Treaty of Rome, okay, to come together to rebel against the Most High, just like Nimrod did, all right, in Genesis 11, all right. They're gonna turn on one another, all right. It says, and the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. So that's how these arguments and back and forths are going to end. All right. They're not going to have an I'm sorry moment. All right. Or if they do, it'll be very short lived. All right. Because the Lord is promised to bring division to this place. Okay. And he tells us exactly how this is going to end. Thermonuclear fire. All right. Verse 17, for the Most High hath put it in their hearts to fulfill his will and to agree. All right. So the Lord is the arbiter of who does what. All right. As the scriptures say, a man's going is of the Lord. Okay. How can a man understand his own way? So they're in the hands of the Heavenly Father, just like Pharaoh was of Egypt. All right. This is no different. So they're going to put evil thoughts in their heads to fight one another, all right? It says, and give their king, Salakia, and give their kingdom unto the beast, and to give their kingdom unto the beast until the words of the Most High shall be fulfilled, all right? So that treaty that we were talking about earlier, that was the Lord's doing, all right, to give the kingdom unto the beast. Okay? They all had an agreement, and now Trump has came along and he just started knocking over furniture, you know, just messing everything up. All right. You know, just childish, but that's beautiful because the scriptures say there would be a cruel Lord that rules in Babylon. All right. Anyway, I'll end it there, man. Lord willing, this is edifying. On to the next. Shalom.